Hi, Statesmen Nation. We are sitting down with new track and field coach Victoria Vinokur, as well as Associate AD Alicia Rabideau. Finally getting Coach Victoria in front of the camera because she loves the camera, but officially doing her introduction to the Statesman world here. So, Coach Victoria, we'll get to you in a second, but you get to sit here and stress out just a little bit longer.
That sounds
good. Alicia, let's kind of backtrack a little bit. Let's go through the hiring process and just how it came to be that Coach Vinokur became our new head coach.
Yes. So we had numerous applications for this position, which we were really excited about, and a lot of very qualified people, but Coach Vinokur climbed to the top right away. We really loved her energy from the beginning, from that first phone call, Zoom interview. You could just tell there was clear passion for not only the sport of track and field, but for the student athletes, and something that we really appreciate here. We really prioritize our student athletes, and so having that same vision and values is something we really appreciated. And then just as we went along through the process, just that passion and excitement continued to grow, but then a lot realized all the niche things that she was good at are things that we really wanted to see in the program, especially with relating to the student athletes and recruiting them and bringing in continued talent to see that. We thought she really displayed a great vision for that, and I think we aligned in a lot of those categories. And so bringing her to campus, we were really excited about. She fit in extremely well with our staff, especially when she came on for her on-campus interview. And I just really think that she's going to be a great teammate with us, and she's going to lead our student athletes exceptionally well.
Yeah, she came obviously pretty highly recommended from some of our current staff. So how much did that kind of play into the role of, like, we already know who she is, with Coach Z's past relationship with her, as well as her coaching in the conference, and seeing that she has already had success within the Heart.
Yeah, so that definitely stood out to the process. Was she was able to she knew us, and so she could evaluate us from afar and know our strengths and weaknesses, and then having that relationship with Coach Z and other members of our staff, I think just kind of kickstarted it.
Sure.
She didn't get to campus, and it wasn't an introduction. It was get to campus. Now we know what we gotta get get started, and so I think that is something that was able to really benefit her and the program as a whole. Just we were able to kind of hit the ground running from the beginning, and so. I think now that she's here on campus full time, it's only going to benefit the student athletes even more. Now that she gets to meet them and start building the program up.
Sure, awesome, thank you. All right, Coach Vic, you finally get to speak. So here, you ready?
Okay. So ready.
Lots of questions. Okay, let's actually rewind for you as well. Get back to start of summer and the process for you. You heard William Penn's looking for a new coach. What enticed you about the position here at William Penn?
Yeah, so I saw that William Penn's job positioning opened up, and so what enticed me was the fact of it's a little closer to home. I'm from Minnesota originally. I hide my Minnesotan accent very heavily because I sound Canadian half the time. But it really enticed me. It's nice to be. I like the colder weather too. Most people don't. So that was definitely kind of a push there. But the facilities was something that I really enjoyed. I love the outdoor track facility. It gives our student athletes like an opportunity on their senior night to actually have something for them to be like, hey, this be recognized on campus, and it's really nice for them to just be excited about that just initially. When it comes for like indoor facilities too, I really like. I was a thrower in college, so I really like the turf because it doesn't break the implements as much. So I was very excited about that. But just the energy that this school brings, and like I said, I've known Coach Z and Coach Drake for a while now, and definitely knew that I would work with them very, very well, and just knew how hungry they were. And I am very hungry to succeed with my athletes on and off the track, and so that was definitely a big push for me here.
Gotcha. As with any introductions, I should be talking about your past a little bit, so kind of catch everybody up on how you got to William Penn, through your graduate school process and all of that stuff.
Yeah, so I competed over at UW Superior with Coach Glenn Drexler, and so he definitely was like a second dad to me, and I thoroughly enjoyed just what he did as a coach, and just saw that passion that he had, and then could find that happy medium, and he was always there for us, led super well. And I just really enjoyed that. And then whenever I started going, I was going to be a physical therapist, then it changed to occupational therapist. Then I was like, hey, I'll go into recreation. So I went to UW Lacrosse. I was the sports club and events coordinator over there as a GA and helped with athletic events at national levels. And then I started coaching high school because Glenn Drexler 100% was like, you need to coach.
Right.
Like, you should be coaching. And I like looked at him laughing. He's like, no, you need to coach collegiately. And so when I was coaching high school over there at Logan High School, that was one of my favorite staffs I've worked with, and just it really solidified that I should be coaching. They were a bunch of great people, and so I went to William Woods as a GA for throws. Ended up coaching all the field events pretty much over there, and then ended up at Missouri Valley. I was the associate head for about 6 months, and then COVID hit, and then our director left and assistant left, and I became the director over there. I was there for 3 years, had some great success. The student athletes, we've definitely built a program over there, and then I was able to get to William Penn, and I just know that this is going to be a very successful team and year, and I'm just very excited.
Yeah. Talk about the transition of switching in the conference a little bit. I know that's everybody's asked you, but I'm going to ask you too. So obviously never easy to go, but track's a little bit different. Not really rivalries as much as head-to-head sports, but talk about just transition.
Yeah, definitely. That was one thing I was looking at that I was like, this is going to be tough, and because we see them all the time, and it just was the right choice for me to just take a different step. And I just had a lot of support. Honestly, when I told all my athletes over at Missouri Valley, they were very supportive of my decision. And then they're definitely like, we're about to try to beat you. I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, we're going to do the same. So it's just really nice to have that camaraderie on that side. It's difficult. All the conference coaches definitely laughed. They're like, oh, we're teaming up now. I'm like, yeah, here we go. So it's a lot of fun, and just they were very excited for me as well. And so I'm just very thankful that it's been an easier transition, because that was one thing that definitely scared me, going, oh, we're going within the conference. This is going to be a move.
Yeah.
It's a bold move.
Yeah. All right, kind of talk about transition. It segues into, the first 100 days that we always like to talk about. You've been on campus for a few weeks now, got a little bit of the lay of the land. So what do the first 100 days look like for you, here at William Penn? What are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah, so I've been here for a little bit now. Still get lost once in a while, I'm not going to lie. I tried to find her office the other day, and I ended up in the men's basketball locker room very close, so I was just like, it was fine. But whenever it comes to my first 100 days, got a lot of the admin stuff out of the way and pretty much kind of cleaned that up pretty quickly. And then I've been able to meet a lot of our student athletes on campus, and our freshmen coming in, our returners. Everyone's been super warm and welcoming and excited. It's funny because whenever I'm sitting down and I stand up, they find out how tall I am, because apparently when I'm sitting, I don't look that tall. But it's just nice to see that camaraderie, and we're going to have our team meeting tonight, actually, and it's just getting ready for the season. And they've been hungry to get on that track. They're like, when's practice starting? When are we going? I'm like, we can't start till the 4th. So you're going to you can go on your own.
Don't be saying anything wrong. You got a compliance person right next to you. She'll nail you.
Yeah. And trust me, I make sure all of my ducks are in a row on that part. So I was like, we can't do anything, so you guys can go on your own. So it's fun to see how excited they are, and they're getting the lay of the classes too. And every time I'm like, Coach, where's this class? It's like, well, we'll find it together, because I'm still learning.
I have no idea.
So it's going to be a fun 100 days for sure. And we have a lot of team bonding type stuff coming up, and we always get in the middle of that too, so there's probably going to be a lot of videos coming out of just things happening. It'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome. I'm going to give you a little rest here for a second.
Yes, okay.
Since you talked about your first few weeks, Coach, I was going to say Cleaver. Dang it, I almost did it. And Coach, but you were a coach. We're going to stick with it. No, Alicia, talk about what you've seen as an administrator with Victoria here at the start. What's excited you about how quickly she's grasped things, and just what she's doing, how she's trying to build this program.
Yeah, it's really exciting. During the onboarding process, there's lots of different things to learn, and so I think her ability to just pick things up so quickly is really refreshing. She asks really good questions, really good challenging questions, which we love. We all want to be pushed. And so I'm just really excited for her to be able to, start, that practice setting and to be able to start working with her athletes more full time, because she's got to file all compliance regulations.
Ready to have that started.
But I'm excited for, because I know in the summer it's always hard, when you start and your student athletes are all over the country and world, and so I think it's exciting now that she's able to get all the faces to names and start meeting them. And start kind of building that camaraderie within the program and implementing, how she wants to, build her culture and build her program. And so I think the student athletes are really hungry for that. But everything I've witnessed, everything I've seen, I'm just really excited about. I know the student athletes are too. I've got some track and field student athletes in my class, and they're really excited too. So it's good to hear that, from the student athletes.
Sure. All right, back to you, Coach Vic. Alicia talked about culture and all of those things, and you're trying to build. Let's talk about culture, philosophy. What does a Coach Vinokur team look like?
Yeah, so like I said, and just talking to our student athletes, and we had a meeting with some of our leaders the other day, and I was like, what do you guys want from this program? Like, this is our program, but this is your team. If you want to be successful, what are you guys willing to do that? And just listening to them and how excited they were, they're like, we'll take the lead, like, we'll show exactly, like, hey, what we're supposed to be doing. They want the discipline, and not like discipline, like hardcore discipline, just more of like, hey, just the small stuff, you're doing the small stuff right. And when you're able to do the small stuff right in and off the track, it's just so much easier to actually compete because you're not stressed out about anything else. It's just like, hey, you just have to focus on that. And it's just, my biggest thing is, if you want to be successful, you have to be able to be disciplined. You have to be able to be a family as well. You have to support each other and be there for each other, because track is a finicky sport, because you're by yourself, but then also you're together as a team. So like, you're doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for your team, and just listening to them, and they're all wanting to do it for each other. And that's just one of my favorite things to coach, because the moment you want to do it for each other, you have no idea like what is about to come out, because it's going to be a very, very fun thing to watch for them. And so they're definitely embodying like what I really enjoy having as a team, and just us as a coaching staff, between myself, Coach Z, Coach Drake, our GAs, our volunteer coaches, like, we're all on the same page, and having all of us on the same page and just really hungry for everything, it's a great thing to see.
Yeah, exciting. All right, finally, let's do the elevator pitch of recruiting. I mean, how do you sell yourself? How do you sell William Penn? And let's just close with that.
Yeah, so I've had to do a few of those elevator speeches with some recruits coming in. They really enjoyed it, hopefully. Yeah. But no, the biggest thing is just how much we are a family here. And we're a family within the university. We're a family within our team. We're a family within our coaching staff. Our team is a family within them. And just everyone's going to support you and want the best for you. They're going to call you out if you're not doing what you're supposed to, and that's what you want. And you want people to hold you accountable coming through. At the same time, practices will be fun, but they'll be hard, and you want that success coming through. And when it comes to just what we are as coaches, like, we're going to be there for you no matter what. No matter what's going on, 100%. You can call me at 2 a.m. I will be there. Might have my Randy Moss, Troy Polamalu afro going on. It is in a bun right now. Somewhat tame because this humidity is destroying my hair. But it's just one of those things that you will feel safe, you will feel loved, and at the same time, you're going to feel exactly how hungry you are to be successful. And so that's just that encompassing all of William Penn, just as the community, because they've just been so inviting that you're going to be invited in with a big old hug every single time.
There you go. Big old Minnesota hug, right?
Big old Minnesota Russian hug.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Coach Vinokur, as well as Alicia Rabideau, our Associate AD here at William Penn. Once again, Coach Victoria is our new track and field coach here at William Penn. Super excited to have her on staff, and looking forward to everything that the team's going to accomplish this year and moving forward. You can catch all of that on statesmanathletics.com, as well as all of our social media channels, and make sure you download our app. All of those things come out. I think we're going to have a meet in the spring at home. That's the plan, I think, at this point.
We're trying. If not this year, for sure next year.
That's right. So, awesome. So, again, Coach Victoria Vinokur, come on campus and meet her. She's an awesome lady. So, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.